Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be doing my back to bank video. This is where I will be going through my binders here and I will go through and take out some money from the categories just because I do like to put sinking fund amounts in the bank just because I earn interest doing this. So this works best for me, because I actually have been earning quite a bit of interest. I did go over the amounts that I have earned as well as the amounts that I will be earning with some money that I have locked into some term deposit accounts and things like that. So if you are interested, that is a previous video. It's within the last month or so that I did film that. So yeah, if you're interested, check it out. So we're going to start with this binder here. Now I don't need to take anything else out of date night. As far as I know yet, I haven't spent anything since I did my video on Wednesday. So this will be left alone. I do need to take out cash from my phone bill envelope because that will be coming due here at the beginning of June. So I have $20, $30, $40, $50, $55, $60, and $65 that will be going back. And I think I'll just leave that here for now, maybe. And I like to write a little note to myself just so I know what the amounts are and kind of where they need to go. So this is phone bill. And this is 65, and this is going to go into my O2 account, but that's otherwise known as my account cushion. Okay. And then I don't take anything out of gas just because I don't take out of it unless I spend it, and I haven't spent anything on gas since the beginning of May. So I won't be touching that. And then nothing else needs to come out of these envelopes for now. So that's it for this guy. I guess before going into my second binder here, since I just filmed on Wednesday, I do still have the $175 for my investments that will need to go back so I can pay back the account, because that comes out on Friday. Okay, so then that will be the fellow lefties, guys. I feel like I struggle. 175, and that's going to go into my O5 account. All right, and then we've got, just leave this to the side for now. Then I've got this here, and we have that car envelope. Again, if you are new here, I'm so happy you decided to stop by my little corner on YouTube. It's always very appreciated whenever, you watch, you like, and hopefully you do subscribe if you did want to stick around. But yes, so if you are new, the car envelope is just basically for my plate money that I save for annually. Now I am looking to sell my vehicle, and I should really get on that because my annual renewal comes due at the end of July, and I would just love to sell my vehicle. There's nothing wrong with it, no issues or anything like that. I just don't really drive it much, and honestly, there's a second vehicle that I can use, and whenever I needed it, but it's very rare. My partner picks me up most of the time, and I'm not working currently, but I do work from home when I am working. And the second job that I do have that's severely part-time, I could just take the second vehicle like once every week, once every 2 weeks kind of thing. And yes, any type of appointments and things like that, it's very minimal. So I don't think it's necessary to hold on to a vehicle that's so expensive when my partner and I are looking to perhaps uproot, and we would want to only take one vehicle, which would be his more than likely. So anyway, so this is the amount that I save every single month. It should be 110. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110. Okay. So we'll just call that plates. Now, if I didn't sell my car, that goes into high interest number 3. So if I didn't sell my vehicle, the money that I have in my high interest 3, it's my yearly payments account, I would owe around $1,400 come the end of July, which I will have. I've been accruing interest in that account, and yeah, it's just, it works out beautifully because I end up having to save less because the interest is quite good in all of my accounts. Now, interest in a high interest savings account, or if you're American, a high yield savings account, it's not guaranteed. It does fluctuate. So that's why I wouldn't, you know, bank on having a really good interest rate all the time, because during the pandemic, it literally dropped from, I don't even know what it was, honestly, but it went down to 0.10%. So pennies, literally pennies, from earning over $100 a month in all of my accounts to pennies, which sucked. But I never will make that same mistake again. If we are in a kind of economic decline, which everyone says we're already in it, I don't know. I was too young the first time around when it happened, so I don't know. But all I know is I won't make the same mistake. So I did invest while the interest rates were pretty darn good. I am looking at investing some more money here for the house down payment, but the interest rates have already gone down. So that's something I'll have to check into and see. But I will definitely go into further detail on a video if I need to, or if anyone has any questions about that. Just because I think it's important. If you can grow your money in a bank account or in some type of term deposit or a tax-free savings account, anything like that. Tax-free savings accounts are awesome because everything you gain is obviously tax-free, but there is a stipulation that you can't take the money out. Well, you can, but if you do, you lose that contribution room for a year, which my contribution room is maxed out every year because I do my personal investments as well, which ends up being around 10,000, and I think it's around 10,000 or so that it goes up each year. I think it varies actually, if I'm not mistaken, but yes, that's what I do. I always want to earn the most interest possible because that means I have to do less and I get to do, you know, more things or whatever I want kind of thing. Okay, so then the next one is my gift envelope, which will be going back to the bank because I keep it all in there, and when I need to get gifts out, I will do so. So I don't know how it works with other banks or other places, strictly my bank though. I only have 2 free withdrawals from my high interest savings account each month. After that, I have to pay $5, so I kind of have to do some thinking ahead to see what do I have going on for that month. So May's basically over. Now I'm looking at June, and I do know that I have a couple of birthdays. There's also Father's Day, and I think that's it. So there's at least 2 birthdays, and for sure Father's Day. So I do need to pull out for those 3 events. So instead of, you know, pulling out twice and then a third time and paying $5, I am just going to pull out once and hold on to the money, and I will get the envelopes all nice and done up for when that time comes. So for this, I have 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and $60. I do want to amp this up, hopefully soon, because I do need to start saving for Christmas as well. It's getting close. Okay, so gifts, I've got $60 that will be going into the high interest savings number 3 again. These two are combined, and I just keep a running tally of what goes in and what goes out. So there's no mistake. I don't ever pull out too much from one category opposed to another. And if anyone is wondering why I choose to lump them together, the more money you have in your high interest savings account, at least in my case, the more you get back in a sense. So anything over, I think, $4,999, you get a bump. So anything pre is like 0.90%, and then I think it's 1.3% if I'm not mistaken. But that's why I do it. Honestly, different buckets would be easier because then I know exactly how much I have, but I would like to have the most interest potential. So that's why I do it that way. And then my last envelope is for the house down payment. Now, again, this is why I have so much in this opposed to other ones. It's because it is my sole focus, as well as investments. So $175 a week goes towards my investments. So that ends up being, you know, $700 in a regular month. Obviously there's that extra $175 if there is that extra Friday in a month. And then, so the house is my next biggest priority. So actually more is going towards the house because I do have my pension through work as well as my personal investments. So I would like to start putting maybe a little bit more so I can fully max out my TFSA each year, because I think I have like a little bit of wiggle room, but I also don't want to over contribute. So we'll see about that. But yes, this is a month's worth of savings for the home. So we'll give it a quick count, but it is the same amount currently because I am working with the same budget. So once my budget changes, I will definitely be able to fund more things and kind of tweak the budget a little bit. So I've got 100, 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, and 700. And then I have 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 89, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1,100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So that gives me a total for home $1,225, and that is going to go into the high interest savings number 2, which is strictly for the house. I do have just over 30,600 that is invested in a 1-year term deposit account, and that is giving me 4.05% interest. So there were other options that had 5% at like other institutions, or there was like online platforms, I think like Wealthsimple, or there was, what is that called? Oakley Financial, I think. Those ones had some really good interest rates as well. They were slightly higher at like 5% kind of thing. But it was a long, tedious, for me, a long and tedious journey to like open an account, get approved, and those types of things. And then it's like moving the money, and then you have to like get your fees waived and that type of thing. And I just wasn't interested in that. I was totally okay with 4.05 just for the 1 year because I wanted it easily accessible in case my partner and I do end up purchasing. So it kind of really depends with the market. Currently the market, apparently it's going down, but it's still pretty darn expensive. So I kind of want that money on standby in case we need it. So I wanted to do another term deposit for a redeemable account, basically. So that would be another one opposed to the one that I have for 30,600 and some. But this one would be a slightly lower interest rate. So 4.05 was the max for a 1-year redeemable, but now I believe it's at 3.95%, which again, not terrible, way better than even 1.3% for the high interest savings account, which is what I did have it in for, you know, quite some time. Again, it was just something that I never really pondered on. Why not get the higher percentage if it's redeemable anyways after 3 months? So that is what I have decided to do. So a quick tally-o of everything. So we've got $65 for the phone bill, $175 in this spare bag for my investments that need to go back. $175, okay, it's hard to see from this angle. And then $110, and then $60, and then $1,225. So again, that seems very familiar from last month. $1,635. As you can see, very little is going towards bills. Now, I feel like people can't relate to my situation, but I understand that people have, you know, a bunch of bills to pay or they have debt, and I am, you know, in neither of those situations. I don't have debt and I have very, very minimal bills. I just have to take care of myself, my own. My dad is retired. He is earning an incredible pension. We actually even had a sit down today talking about, you know, finances between him and my sister. He doesn't want our money. He just wants us to be able to learn and to save for ourselves. So technically what I've been doing is the $1,225 per month, or when I was able to do $1,500 when I was actively working, that was kind of like my rent, if you will. I made sure I paid myself this each and every single month so I could get on the, what is it called? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. To get in like the motion of paying, you know, bills regularly. It's not that I can't or I won't. My dad won't accept it. He actually is making more on retirement than he was working, which I don't know how that works. He did his time. He did a lot of years, which is awesome that he can finally relax now. And he has a very, very, very small mortgage, just like my mom, because if you are new here, they are divorced. They divorced in 2014, I think. So almost 10 years at this point. He does not want our money. He would rather us save. And that's exactly the same situation that my partner's in. So I'm really sorry if that's not relatable. But I do, like, in my mind, this is like a bill. But it's a bill that I'm paying myself. And, you know, gifts, I would love to amp that up to give. I would love to give just more just because gifts. And like, hey, like I want to get you a $50 gift card somewhere, or do like spontaneous giveaways and things like that. I just want to do more fun stuff. So once I'm back to work and everything is good and fine and wonderful with my finances again, and I'm not limited, I want to do a lot more. So yeah, that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Yeah, so the total was $1,635 that I was able to basically save, other than the $65 phone bill. But really, when you think about it, it's so minimal. So it is what it is. Let's see if this fits. Now this is brand spanking new. I have not done a back to bank video with this guy yet. So I'm going to quickly go over. Again, this $175 was for investments, and I will know because I have it all written out. And then this little bag here is for money that will be coming due on my credit card. So it's all separated from, like, I can easily look at my statement online, and for instance, gas was 54 something. I have 55 set aside for it, and the extra few cents from each transaction, or, you know, a couple bucks if it's like 51 something and I put 55 in, for instance, that all goes into the account cushion and is basically recycled. Every now and again I will you know, spend a little extra on date night that I didn't have in my envelopes. And that's another thing. When I do head back to work, I was also paying my account cushion. So it's for like the extra, just because little things, if I wanted to do something a little extra that wasn't saved for in my envelopes, then it's guilt-free kind of thing. So yeah, so this is for future purchases that need to be paid. And this needs to go back to the bank. Is this gonna fit? Oh, okay, it fits. But can I fit the envelope in? See, this is better than just carrying a wad of cash because I wouldn't trust that. And again, if you have any questions where anything is from, if you were looking to start your own channel or anything like that, please ask any questions below. And I would be very, very happy to answer any of them. Or if you just want to chat with me, because I would love to chat with you. That's it. I will be back with a investment update. So that's it. I hope you guys love my little plant. This little sweetie is a brand new addition, and it will be just hanging out in my videos because live plants make me happy. I have killed every single one that I've had. But after each time I film, during the day, I will be putting it back on my windowsills. All right. I love you guys again. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.